Hello everyone, this is Xanderteron, and I am back with some more random casts. This would be episode 57 if I haven't lost count. The blue team, we have M1911 Milk Tea, returning champion. And on the red team, we have psuo? I don't know. According to the site, both players are running Entente. Though I do believe Milk Tea is a general deck and psuo is an airborne, unless if I'm reading the site correctly. Maybe I'm not, who knows. Also, a little bit of housekeeping before I start. I don't know, well, housekeeping. I have a Discord server that I set up like well over a year ago that I just never bothered to do anything with, so I'm just gonna throw the link to that in the description if anybody cares to join it. You don't have to, obviously. I just figured have it, might as well do something with the server. It's pretty bare bones. And yeah. And with that, let's get this underway. Speed our way through the deployment. Very exciting. Unsurprisingly, there's a good number of helicopters from the airborne deck. We start with blue because blue's best. So, yep, just 2 command UAZs. One stay in Alpha, and then the other one for Bravo. I don't know why I said it like that. And Bravo. It's Bravo. Blue's starting with a FOB, a couple of Recon TT5s, Mortar, Conquer's team in the Mi-17, Heritage Recon, Pruskamichi in the other Mi-17, and it looks like we got a bunch of ground units. Drop 2, BVP M80A, Sizzler. Fun. The autocannon's not amazing, not terrible either. 3 frontal armor is pretty handy though. And if I recall correctly, this IFE is unique in that it can fire both its autocannon and its ATGM at the same time. Normally with ATGM armed IFEs, they can only shoot one or the other. Yeah, OTM5s with the reservists. Recon TB5, Pinsgauer with the Senke, I do believe is what they are. Senke. And Moderna. Alright, so I'm guessing that Milk Tea is going pretty hard for Delta and probably just light holding forces in Charlie, you know, standard stuff. Helicopters are probably going to be dropping in here, you know, standard play. Now for our airborne player, that's a Command BRDM. Don't see this very often. FOB. Alright, pair of Mi-17s, that could be. Trying to think as to what units Czechoslovakia has. Those could be up-vetted Lake Pakota. No, that's not the name, is it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Lake Pakota. And then we have HT40, that's going to be Pato Branchi of some description. And we got Gamma 2s, they're interesting. Just kind of a multi-purpose anti-tank, anti-air helicopter. Not exactly amazing at either, but you know, for 45 points, you can only ask so much. Heritage Recon out, and the Mi-35, which is just it's a very solid attack helicopter for its price. It's one of my favorites in the game, you know. Kokons don't have amazing accuracy or AP, but they do have good range. And 80mm rockets, perfectly good rockets, you know. That's, you know, the 70 and 80mm rockets, or I guess 67mm rockets in the case of the Snebs, you know. Those medium-sized rockets, they're good, they're useful, they're handy. And then, of course, the Yak-B is always handy as well. So I'm just guessing based on how the helicopters are played, these guys are going to be dropping probably in this area. Maybe he's going to try something sneaky and try and go around the edge. You never know. And these helicopters are up here, but you know, they're probably going to be midline. That's where I'm guessing. But once again, you can never roll out cheese. Not a lot of points on the field, or not a lot of units on the field from our red player here. They might have spent some points on a plane, but also like that's elite infantry and helicopter transports that aren't exactly cheap. So you know that's going to be a significant points investment right there. Like 1,000 starting points, you know, those are the, what, 20 point, like a Pagoda, 55 points per helicopter infantry is 110 points. That's over 10% of your opener right there. 11% actually. Oh, there we go, planes. L-17K, L-19, and a Su-7B. Interesting. Oh, and an L-17K from our blue player. It's probably going to die. Oh, L-19 whacked the Hera. Oh, and it got a hit on the Mi-17. Oh, L-17K went down. That's looks like just as the evac. Oh, Strop 2 got some hits on the L-17K. Mi-17s are just getting wrecked by these helicopters. Strop 2 is going in. That UAZ is not in a great spot. He's going to try and spawn units there, like some AA. That's awkward positioning. I don't know what Melty has for cheap AA options. Yeah, UAZ goes down. Oh, another L-17K. Interesting. I wonder what unit's going to go for. Hera goes down and gets rid of the spotting. Oh, Mi-17 just took some hits. Gamma 2 goes down. That Mi-35 is not looking too hot. Oh, Jastreb's coming out. That's the ground attack plane. Rockets and rockets. Well, napalm rockets and regular rockets. Wait, actually. Yeah, napalm. Or, yeah, they have 4 HE, so they're thermobaric. Oh, L-17K whacks the Mi-35. Oh, is it going to try and go for the Su-7? It's down to just guns, so it's going to do some damage, but not a lot. If it was a Vulcan-armed plane, they'd probably be doing it. Actually might even kill the Su-7. He's the evac though before that L-19K eats, or L-19, not an L-19K, just an L-19 eats it. Oh, another L-17. Yeah, Powder Branching 90 plus Lego Pagoda. That's a dangerous combination. Oh, oh. Neither plane's looking too hot. Oh, second L-19's out. That's L-17's gonna die. That one escapes. Very... Honestly, at this point, it seems like neither player really knows what they're doing. Melkney needs to reposition that Strop 2, otherwise those Mi-17s are just going to evaporate that infantry. Oh, but the Powder Branch did take some big hits from the BVPs. That Strop 2 is probably going to get whacked by something, but off by itself. There you go, Hera 2s. Strop 2 at the base. Just seems just very, like, neither player really has a plan for what to do now. They just been spending points on planes, and now they're just, like, neither player has their side spawn. Like, I didn't even notice that red only had the one CV. Oh, there you go, now it's coming out. Yeah, these guys are just gonna get chewed up. Mortars, does the mortar go down? It might have went down. Strop 2 is going somewhere. $17K and the Jastreb are back out. Jastreb? Probably not Jastreb. Jastreb? I don't know. The J-21. Yep, TO's just getting cleaned up. There you go, supply helicopters. This is how you know you're dealing with a quality player. honestly, all Milk Tea really needs to do is like take those T55As and just like fast move them into Hotel. Like that's when you're getting cheesy like this, and you can see the enemies committing hard onto doing stuff like this. Take some units, fast move them into the enemy spawn. Not like a super expensive unit, you know, a unit that can do some damage by itself, but you don't mind if you lose it. Like those T55As. Hair 2's it's in the right position. Can't be too aggressive with it because otherwise the L17K will whack it. Oh, L19 is out from both players. Yeah, this one's gotten some kills, so it has some XP. It is now veteran instead of hardened, while this one's just unhardened. Nope, Gazelle's flying over the T55A. That's what I like about the T55A. It's Vejek, whatever it's pronounced. Yeah, has a machine gun. It's very handy. A lot of the recon tanks, at least the recon tanks based on like the T55, don't get a machine gun. As it does like the German what's it, Panzer, or not the Panzer, the Leopard one of Claire. Anyway, since psuo did capture Foxtrot, they are taking at +1, but they just don't have good map control. Like they don't have Golf or Charlie. Delta isn't really theirs. Oh, Jastreb's doing an attack. Oh, it actually did get kills. Or get a kill. I guess it does. It is carrying a good amount of HE power with its rockets. And then that's just a light bomber. Actually, does this one get... Yeah, no ECM. Oh, L19 got a hit on psuo 7, I think. Oh, no, what's up? That's handy. That's like both players are buying like more expensive units. They need some cheaper ones. Like yeah, they had the Pragas going out for flank security, but they're not exactly great. Oh, Hera 2 going up. Yeah, watch your flanks. Oh, T55A and the Gamma 2 going at it. Oh, now you can misses. Shaken, does it get a hit? It does get a hit. And that's what's nice about these missiles. They're not amazing range or accuracy. They got 24 AP power. That hurts. I'm surprised that our blue player here hasn't bought a new mortar. That'd be very handy, especially if those Senke can spot that recon helicopter landing. I don't know if they saw him flying in. Okay, there you go. Like, why aren't they resupplying? They're just outside of range. Okay, it's lifting up. Yeah, they can see it. Oh, MiG-29 is doing a bombing run. Is it on the money, though? Messed those guys up pretty well. But there's the recon, or not the recon, that supply helicopter there. Oh, and then we got some Igles or whatever in there. I can't remember what all that Yugoslavia has for man pads. Oh, what do we got here? Plane train. Yeah, that's a bit of a problem, but where's that Newa? They overcommit, there's Strop there, and a Newa. That could be dangerous for them. Oh, they're splitting up. Yeah, L19's evacing. Oh, CV coming up for Echo. And these guys are getting resupplied. Lost opportunity for blue here to really like try and take advantage of their map control, and now they're losing it. Moderna's watching the road though, so or actually it's kind of on the edge of the forest, so I might see things driving down the road. It's very indecisive action from blue. 19 is back out. Oh, there you go. Pair of L19s. Oh, Delphin's out. Was something spotted in golf? There you go. Oop. Zooming in on that. Stop it. Okay, so yeah, landing the recon helicopter in Bravo, that's the smart move. No, it's the command infantry, not a recon helicopter. No, MiG-29's back out. Oh, what's the Delphin doing? Aside from probably gonna die. I don't think that thermomig got anything. Ooh, Specialni did not get getting close to that Moderna. They get the drop on it. They could potentially do a lot of damage if it hit the side or rear. 20 AP is not amazing, but it'll take a good chunk out of 10. Nope, let's drop 2's shooting. I think they got one Mi-17, another one goes down. Super Gallop's out. That's... Oof, they commit on that one. That's not going to be good for the Super Gallop. Hera 2's coming up to get spotting. Thermomig. And just... Oh, supply truck. Of course, now here's the problem when you have both of your fighters sorting out at the same time is now they're both going to be bingo at the same time. So you're going to have a gap in coverage. Nope. Dolphins are coming out, probably going to try and bomb Strops. But there's that Newa there. Oh, it's turned off though. Oh, looks like the Shiloh? I don't know. Got hit. It's an Igla. It's a good man pet. Newa's turned off, which is not strictly necessary for like radar marker, but it can be useful to avoid wasting ammo or giving the position away. Oh, there you go. It's on. One Delphin down. 2 Delphins down. Oh, one hit on the Su-7. And Su-7 down. So that's definitely a loss for Red, but those weren't exactly super expensive planes. But now the Newa's out. Oh, do see the supply truck coming though. +2 from psuo though. That's 152 conquest points to 5. MiG-29's bombing again. Oh, is it on the manpads? No. Searching for a CV. I'm not sure. Oh. Moderna has found the Speciani and did not get shot. Super Gale's out, but no line of sight on the Moderna. Oh, maybe you might be able to get it back. The Mi-17. That Newa's out, so no AA coverage for the Moderna. Everybody has their ASS out. Oh, Mi-17 is going after Moderna. Won't do a huge amount of damage, but they can stun it and leave it vulnerable. There you go, Super Gala. I think got one hit on. Oh god. Zooming in around wildly here. Are they diving for gun runs? That's funny. Anyway, Jastrup's coming out. Oh, yep, crit central. Oh, Senke going at the HT-40. Yeah, take it down. Anyway, the Moderna's not doing too hot. There you go. Is that the Czech one? Yeah. It's not the worst bomber in the game. Not amazing. It's kind of like Czech Fighting Falcon. Just worse. Slower. Worse turning. Same ECM though, I do believe. Oh, Moderna's on 1 HP. That's just funny. Oh, nice crit on the MiG-29 and just blind bombing. Oh, Mi-35, there you go. Pair it with a Haratu and you could whack that Moderna, no problem. Question is, where's that Mi-35 spawning from over here? Yeah. It's the big 29 again. See, we just see Milk Tea just leaning in on the MiG-29, and it's not working out this time. Very fortunate this is a relatively permissive environment for it. It misses. Need some more recon around. And there's also no AA. Oh, those guys are getting a little toasty. Anyway, the Mi-35 should be able to take up the Moderna. And that's something really funny happens. I mean, this Lego Pagoda could take it out. They could catch it at close range, but it should die now. It should die now. Oh, they're too close. There you go, fighting computer reset. And it's down. Not sure if it's a missile that got it or the Yak-B. That is the advantage of the Yak-B, is that since it has AoE, it will shoot at anything on the ground. Or helicopters as well. It's handy like that. Looks like this T-55A is going to get mobbed. Strop 2 is a little too late. Oh, they could whack that helicopter though. That'd be funny. Well, looks like one of the Manpad teams did burn down. Now all these helicopters will flee from the might of a single Strop 2, which is probably going to die to the Powder Branching 90. Oh, there you go, Pracha. Looks like our red player is smart enough not to try and spawn units on the Bravo spawn. Oh, looks like, or maybe they weren't. That's a bit of a loss. Yeah, when you capture a spawn, you have to secure it. Otherwise, that happens. Basically, in this situation, just buy a bunch of cheap infantry. But this is an airborne deck, so they don't get that. Okay, Proletariat 90 are just going to walk in, separate from their BVPs. Oops, Drop 2 went down, and looks like the Kolos is not going to last much longer. Nope, Senke decided to break cover and died. Nope. Thermo Mig on nothing. Oh, it might cook the Powder Branching 90 there a little. These Proletariats should be able to clean up the Powder Branching 90, provided they don't get like bombed or something. Or helicoptered. And the HD-40s are cause trouble. Oh, another Newa. Alright, MiG-29's back at it. Oh, these guys might have been seen moving, so they might get cooked. Oh yeah. And there goes that. Honestly, the Teals really needed to have gone in first. Like, that's just sloppy. The Hera 2 could do some damage, though. Alright, BVP-80's going to town. Oh, another CV, though, from red. It's not looking too good for blue. Unless something really funny happens. Looks like blue did buy a CV for Bravo. MiG-29A is about to get mobbed. Let's get the Patabranchy at least. It does not. Oh, L17K almost gets whacked by the Newa. Surprised that Blue didn't sortie their L19s out. Oh, don't worry, this supply helicopter is joining in on this push here. Or counter push, rather. Gamma's taking some hits. There we go. L19's watching out for the MiG-29. It looks like it might be on the money. It is very much on the money. Oh, are they diving the helicopters? Oh, that's not a great idea. Yeah, the Silos really put the hurt onto that one. Oh, and they got that one. That was, yeah, that's... I'm not quite sure what LT was thinking there. Especially when they had the Strop 2 right there to provide anti-helicopter support. Sometimes. Strop 2's trying to do some work, but it's out of range. Bravo has been countercapped, but I think it's a little too late. Oh, here we go, plane train. Oh, but the Newas have moved up. Strop 2 is out in the open, so it's probably going to die. Newas are moving, and they might not have line of sight, depending on where they are. Oh, Super Caleb miss. Oh, but the Mi-17 got a rocket into the Strop. Oh, Delphin's going for it, though. Newas have stopped and are engaging. Astrib goes down. Delphin might make it out. Yep, makes it out. And it did get the Strop. And then that one was out. That one has one missile. Oh, an M84A. That is a very ambitious CV purchase. I'm surprised not trying to send one to Charlie. Yeah, looks like our red player psuo has this one in the bag. Let's see, McTryan's probably going for the Patabranchy. Almost gets him. Oh, Silo's protecting the command infantry from the Hera 2. Another third Newa, okay. Okay, bud. Hera 2 getting shredded by the Lakota. Alright, taking +4 from psuo now. Alrighty, and that's a game. psuo was victorious with 501 conquest points to Milktea's 5. Milktea had 1,390 kills, psuo had 1,820. Oh yeah, that's an interesting match. I think first thing that comes to my mind is, yeah, that's not a great way to respond to, you know, a heli drop onto your side spawn on this map. It just felt very delayed. It looked like Milk Tea was saving points to buy planes instead of immediately buying AA and infantry. Like, that's what you need in that situation. You need AA and infantry. They lost their mortar at the beginning and then just never bought another one, even though they would have benefited quite heavily from one. They just left the Moderna there in the middle without trying to do anything with it. They didn't try to capitalize on their opponent going all in on the helicopters and planes to, push units up, especially like those T-55As. Those had been pushed up into, their opponent's side spawn to catch any CVs going there, or, fast moving into the opponent's base. Like, that would have been able to catch psuo off guard for quite a while. Like, they did not have any base defense. I saw both players leaning pretty heavily on their planes, which, the red player was an airborne deck, so that's to be expected. As for our blue player Milk Tea, that was just, maybe not the best usage of air units. Some poor calls made there. The MiG-29, like, once again, this is something we do see quite a lot from Milk Tea, is just blind bombing with the MiG-29s without really having a good idea of where the opponent is. So they're just risking the MiG-29s for not a whole lot of gain most of the time. It's just very pass. Like, I think that's my big takeaway from this match, is that our blue player was way too passive for most of the match, and just seemed to be putting their points into planes rather than ground units. And that's the thing when you're fighting an airborne deck, is you have to exploit the fact that their ground game is going to be weak. That means you can get a lot of work out of less expensive tanks, because your opponent's not going to have tanks. They think the only recon or the only airborne decks that get tanks are or have anything or a tank light unit would be USSR airborne with the, I can't remember what it is, object whatever. I could look at it, I guess. And US with the M8. I don't know, it's actually a lot more. It's light tanks. So yeah, there you go. The PT-76. Yeah, that's what it is. BMP 685. So, shitty light tanks is what. Well, I won't call the M8 shitty. It's actually fun. Its armor obviously is not very good, but it's a very, very good gun. And AMX 13 FL15. This one's also pretty dangerous. Its gun doesn't have the best AP or accuracy and no stabilizer, but decent range for its price. And that high rate of fire means it's very good fire support against infantry and light vehicles. And Scorpion 90. Wow, that's actually maybe a little off. Good old Cockerel. Oh, John Cockerel Company. They will put a 90mm gun on any vehicle you give them. Anyway, I'm getting off topic though. My memory failed me greatly in the tanks that are available in airborne decks, but you get my point, is that, if we go to Entente, T-55As, any of the T-72s, M84A, like, having those tanks on the field would have been doing some good work for our blue player. Especially since not any ATGM vehicles out from red, or ATGM infantry. And it looks like for anti-tank they're relying on the J21s and the Super Gal, which is not particularly efficient against cheaper armor. But yeah, like, Milk Tea could have been getting some good work out of, these kind of lower end medium tanks, the 40-point tanks, 60-point tanks, 100-point or 95-point tank, really, any of the T-72 base tanks are also, more of the, well, Snezka's always handy. I don't know what Melty's deck has, but they do have this guy. Could have seen a lot more of this guy scattered about. Or just using him as fire support. Backed up with AA, of course, because that seemed to be the red player's game plan was just planes and helicopters. So it was just, yeah. It's just Milk Tea spent too much time buying planes instead of getting just ground-based AA and infantry and fire support. And that just allowed the red player's psuo to, to entrench their position in Bravo. And also just, gain map control. It's just, yeah. Once again, in a situation like that, you have to be aggressive, basically. But not like, obviously not like mindlessly aggressive, but it has to be, thought out, but you do have to apply pressure. You have to, force the opponent to fight on your terms. Use your AA to deny their helicopter and plane assets, and then force them to have to fight a ground battle that they will not be equipped to fight. Because unless you're facing off against what is it? USSR Airborne. There we go. Which has a lot of, mechanized options with the BTRs and the BMDs. They're not going to be able to grind efficiently against you because they're going to be spending a ton of points on helicopters. And then once you have your AA in place, that makes makes it much harder for your opponent to reinforce the position with helicopters, because helicopters have to land much further back outside of AA range and then walk the infantry in. Since we're talking about airborne, yeah, I don't think they only get helicopter transports. Oh yeah. Alright, I always forget these guys exist. They're light infantry with regular training. Yeah, their recoilless rifle's not the worst. But these guys also aren't bad. The big thing with these guys, if I recall correctly, they're the T-21 Teresnichi, however it's pronounced. It has like really low or whatever gun sound or whatever it is in game, muzzle sound, firing sound. So when these guys fire, they're less likely to be detected, especially by vehicles that aren't by things that don't have like good optics. And medium optics needs to be relatively close to spot them, if I recall correctly. Anyway, I'm just rambling on at this point. Yeah. Be aggressive, be aggressive. And when fighting against an airborne deck, especially if you figure it out it's an airborne deck, you force them to fight your game, not theirs. Also, since it's an airborne deck, wasn't. I pointed out earlier, Delta 19 gained XP from getting kills. No, it didn't. It's an airborne deck, so it comes on veteran rather than hardened by default. Just a little mistake I made. Yeah, but once again, before I ramble on, call it here. If you want, check out the Discord. Literally nothing on it except for a few channels. And yeah, I am Xander Town, and this was Random Cast episode 57 if I haven't lost count. You guys take care, and in the meanwhile, have a lovely day.